How many of us say that we're open-minded? I'm sure a lot of you think that, so please, if you do, raise your hands. I used to think and believe that about myself too, until I started my first semester in university. And that's when it all changed. I remember on the very first day, as I walked into the classroom and sat right next to the wall, I started looking around me and I was like, no, not her. Yes, maybe her. And it struck me. How can I call myself open-minded when I'm literally making my decisions based on my own perceptions and ideas of who the person in front of me is, and without getting to know them at first? And as ironic as it sounds, I used to hate it when people misjudged me as being close-minded or assumed that I wouldn't understand them because of the way I chose to dress. And it felt terrible. And I realized that that feeling that I had is what it must have felt every time I misjudged someone. And I did not want to know myself as the person who judged others because it's not the way that I was raised to be. And so I really wanted to change. I truly wanted to become open-minded. But at the time, I still had the wrong understanding of what open-mindedness was. I was scared. I was scared that I would lose myself in the process. I was afraid that I would have to change my values, my priorities, and agree with things that I did not necessarily agree with. But fast forward to the next semester. That is when it all changed. In one of my psychology courses, my professor said, acceptance does not mean that you agree. And at that moment, I was like, yes, this is the answer. I can be open-minded and without having to change the person that I am. And so I started reading more about what open-mindedness truly meant. And I learned that it's a trait that comes to you through practice and experience. It's not something that we're all just born with. And so I promised myself that I would not judge anyone. And even if it happens automatically, because it does, I shouldn't let it affect my attitude or my behavior towards others. I promised myself to be accepting, to experience the beauty of diversity and the joy of tolerance. And I truly believe that through having an open mind towards diversity, tolerance will come with it naturally. And tolerance to me is when you choose to look past people's differences without judging who's right and who's wrong, because we are all different and we were created different. So how can I expect everyone to be alike? That's not possible. And so after multiple experiences throughout my life, I finally understood what open-mindedness truly meant. It's not at all about the outside and what people appear to be. It is all about the inside, about the mind and how we choose to think. And so now, when I walk into a classroom and look around me, I think to myself, these are all students that are just like me, that I'd love to get to know. And so I encourage you all to look back at your own experiences and ask yourselves, am I really open-minded? Thank you.